Welcome to BizTV's Beyond the Brand. I'm Kelli Phillips. With me today is Mark Nathan, Marketing Director of Beard Papa's, a Japanese bakery with over 500 locations worldwide. It's America's fastest growing dessert franchise. Beard Papa's simple goal is to make the world's best cream puffs. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Beyond the Brand. Well, get ready to satisfy your sweet tooth. Today, we're diving into the world of deliciousness with a very special guest. We're joined by Mark Nathan from Beard Papa's, the famous cream puff destination. And he's here to share the story behind those incredible treats. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hey, Kelly. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Let's get a little bit of your background. Where'd you grow up? What was life like before you got into the world of cream puffs?
So my background is pretty varied. I've been in gourmet food for a while. The background of Beard Papa's is a little wider than that. It's more about Beard Papa's, if we could talk about that. The chain started in 1999 in Osaka, Japan. It was developed from one store, and the story goes that Beard Papa got his name from handing out his baked treats to local school children at the end of their school day. Over time, the children said, "What's that man? He's got a white beard. We call him Beard Papa." And from there, the impetus was pretty much to create, from that one little store, the world's best cream puff, is what we like to say. From there, we've grown to over 550 stores worldwide in 14 different countries. And Beard Papa's is focused on being different in the fact that our cream puffs are filled to order. They're baked fresh daily, including our vanilla bean custard and also our green tea custard, which is made on site on a regular basis. So everything is produced in-house. We use premium ingredients like real vanilla beans and also real green tea matcha powder. And that really separates us from pretty much any other bakery that's out there.
Yeah, so you come from a chef background. You tried these and went, there's something to this, right?
A lot of folks that try the cream puff, once they try one, you just want to have another. It's that combination of choux pastry, which is a crispy, crunchy shell with a pie crust base, and then the creamy custard. It's just one of those things where you have one, you got to have another one, and then another one, and that's pretty much what keeps people coming back.
So how has the franchise grown, like over the past year, and where do you see the franchise going in the next 5 years?
So the franchise has grown considerably in the U.S. I mean, we have a worldwide footprint. So a lot of our growth has been on the West Coast and the Southwest. We're looking to expand into the Midwest and the Southeast. We do have a presence in major markets like L.A., New York, Houston, of course, Dallas. And also we're looking to expand into Pacific Northwest a little more. So we're pretty much open to doubling our size within the next 5 years. Currently, we're growing a digital footprint as well with our delivery partners. We've also expanded that offering as well. So we're looking to make Beard Papa's really a household dessert name. So
are cream puffs more accepted in different parts of the country than others?
That's a great question. Depending on the market, we've entered markets that are major metropolitan, like I mentioned, New York and LA, but also we're in smaller markets as well. Really what we found out is that depending on the local market, Beard Papa's can definitely fit into different demographics. We have folks that have opened up small kiosks to larger stores, and it just depends on how they look at their different market and what the opportunity is for Beard Papa's there.
Now, I know that you come from the chef background world, but is there an ideal background for a franchise owner for Beard Papa's?
Typically, someone who's passionate about food. We get a lot of foodies that turn into franchisees. Those folks pretty much like food. They like to be in the baked goods category. You don't necessarily have to know about running a restaurant or understanding retail, but really the folks that like to be part of the community, that love food, that have success, within maybe another category, a business category, and they want to expand their horizons. We've had folks do that. But a lot of our customers, a lot of our franchisees, have been former customers. They tried the puff and said, this is pretty good. I'd like to own one. Over time, obviously, but at some point they get there, and that's the folks that come back.
So as far as owning a franchise, what sort of cost is there involved in becoming a franchisee?
So the initial start ranges from anywhere about $98,000 up to $400,000 for the initial investment, and that includes soup to nuts. That's everything. It just depends on the location as well. I mean, we've had footprints that are small kiosks up to large eat-in stores. So it just depends on whether you want a cafe style or you want to make it as a multi-brand. It's part of a larger food court offering. Also, if you have equipment, build out, training, things like that, we all help and guide you with that.
So how quickly can a new franchisee expect to be up and running?
Depends on local ordinances and things like that. But typically, from beginning of signing the agreement through grand opening, it's about 3 to 4 months. We have training and hiring that goes done during that time. Also hands-on selection of the site, construction, grand opening support, marketing support, operations support. It just depends on, obviously, permits and locality. But we've had stores open up within 90 days. A lot of that has to do with the opportunity at hand. In other words, if you end up taking over an existing restaurant space and then converting it to our standards and our guidelines, that could speed up the process as well. But it doesn't mean that it has to be that way with an existing restaurant or former space. We've had build outs and completely new spaces created as well within the 4 to 5 month time frame. So things go fairly quickly with us. We do have a plan in place for construction and consultation, site location, demographic evaluation, all those things that help out a future franchisee understand what they're getting into, and then everybody is on the same page, and it makes things go a lot smoother.
Yeah. As far as consistency in the product, how do you keep that the same across the world, basically?
Yeah, it's no small task considering we're a worldwide brand. And also the fact that, just to let you know, that we have folks that have traveled across the world and go to different beard papas across the world and then say, how do you guys keep it this way? Because they can go to Indonesia, Vietnam, China, USA, soon to be Canada. So like, how do you do that? And a lot of it comes from control at the very top end. We have a very high standard for our product. One of the things is our choux pastry, which we build and we manufacture consistently across the brand. It's also tested and evaluated every week as we produce things. So on a regular basis, every shell that you taste at Beard Papa's, whether it's in Osaka or it's in Los Angeles, should taste exactly the same. And the other part of it is that we also review stores on a regular basis for quality and operational integrity. That way we can test the product, test the custard, everything's made on site. So the custard you're tasting there is made on site probably that same day, if not within 48 hours. And then the pastries are baked within the hour or two that same day. And then every item is pumped the same way, the same style, and then it's filled and custom made to order for every customer when they come to Beard Papa's.
So is that what sets Beard Papa's apart from other franchises as far as being so fresh in the ingredients?
What we do is we try to use premium vanilla beans. We use real vanilla beans, black diamond vanilla beans. And then all our ingredients are fresh, the milk, the eggs, everything that we do on site. We do it on a regular basis and test it for quality. There's standards that every Beard Papa's staff know that they have to go through to check and taste and make sure everything's fresh. Reviewing the counter, reviewing the actual inventory, checking out all the different ingredients to make sure that they're in the right proportions. All that stuff we have outlined and guidelined for all the franchisees. And we have a whole manual that goes over that, so that over time you end up understanding the little variances in the product and can probably catch something if it's not right or if it doesn't taste right to you, to make sure that our customers are getting the same experience across the whole chain.
I love that. Mark, we need to take a quick break, but when we come back, we want to talk more about franchising opportunities and the training and everything that goes into it. So if you would stick around for just a minute and we'll be right back. And we are back with Mark Nathan, Marketing Director for Beard Papa's. And Mark, let's talk a little bit about the territories that are currently available for franchises of Beard Papa's.
Yeah. So currently we're looking at the Southeast. We'd love to get into areas like Orlando and places in Atlanta, expand those areas. We're looking at select Southern California cities as well. We have a large market. Obviously, Southern California is a huge market for us. Also through the Pacific Northwest. And also we're looking at Midwest opportunities as well, like Chicago and areas around there. We feel that it could be as small demographic as you need to, but if there's an opportunity there to have a unique high-end pastry in your town, then it's something that we'd definitely like to talk about with you. One of the things that we do at Beard Papa's is to evaluate each market separately. So in other words, we evaluate someone that, say, is in San Francisco differently than someone that may be outside of Tuscaloosa, right? So those are the kind of things that we kind of look at and see what the product offering could be.
So what kind of training and support do you offer franchisees as they're getting into the business?
Right. So we talk to franchisees to see where they're at. Are they starting at zero? Do they have some background? Do they work as a teenager at a fast food joint for a while? Right. Like, what's the level of experience? And we have folks that come in to us at all different levels of experience. But one of the things that we end up doing is going through the comprehensive store training. We do have a standards manual and an operations manual, and also a support team that will back that up. So if there's any kind of question in the process, or how do I do this, or how do I work this machine, or how do I set the oven to this, or what's the result of that, we can walk them through each of the steps and then alert them to all the possible pitfalls that could happen, because at the end of the day, they're going to have to also communicate this to their team. So we definitely have standards in place and people in place that can definitely help out with that process. We also have a marketing library. I think we're at about 4 gigs now of content.
Wow.
So there's a lot of items out there. And you got to remember also with Beard Papa's that we do limited time offerings every month, as well as part of our marketing plan is also to do collaborations. We just finished a collaboration with a large gaming franchise. We have another one coming up in this next month with another large gaming franchise. And we have plans all the way through the next couple years to work on collaborations. And what this does is bring in audiences that typically wouldn't know Beard Papa's. And our goal is to try to make sure that this happens across the board. And we do this on a regular basis, including special collaborations, which I mentioned, and also special flavors. This month, we're doing Dubai chocolate, for instance. So it's always innovation in the marketing category. We also do lots of social media support with the stores. So if stores end up wanting to have a certain local promotion, we can help out with that. And part of it is also doing field visits to the stores to help out, say, how you doing? How are things going? Give them tips and pointers about front of house, the back of the house, things like that. And there's continuous operational guidance. And we invest in their success. Their success is our success.
I love the fact that you're there in the corporate office in California, and you actually have a shift later, so you can speak the same language to some of those folks that are going through this.
Yeah, I mean, we walk the walk and talk the talk. And when we talk to franchisees and when they're up and running and going, things that we do at the corporate store, we have a corporate store in Cerritos, California, and also we have one in Little Tokyo area of Los Angeles. We're able to say, hey, we tried this at the corporate store. We'd like to do it at your store. Here's the results. Here's what we found out. And that really helps out franchisees walk in with eyes wide open. And also it's something that we can test out at the corporate level to make sure franchisees can say, okay, is that going to work for me? Yeah, we have the data. We have the numbers for that. This is how it's going to work for you.
Can you share a success story from one of your top franchises?
Sure. We have a wonderful franchisee in Castro Valley, California. She was a little hesitant at first. Now, being transparent, she was a former customer and she was very familiar with the product. So she was motivated to open a store in her community. She's engaged with the community, which I think helped out on her side. But she's in a small kind of like food hall, boutique food hall. So her stall is actually a little smaller than most in the chain, but the volume that she does is like a larger store. And the reason for that is that she has a quality product, that she's engaged with the community, that she has a regular following that shows up at her store. And part of that allows her to look at other stores, other possible store locations outside her current location. And that probably wouldn't have happened if we had about, I think at her grand opening, at least a few hundred folks lined up that grand opening day. And for her, she just saw that and said, okay, this is going to be good. And now she's looking at another location at this point. But the key driver there is her consistent quality, the flavor selections she has. She has a little bit of a modification on her menu for the location, for the area. And also the connection to the community, I think, is something that is really key in her area.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if there is one word that you could use to describe your journey working with Beard Papas, what would it be?
Sweet.
Well, that was a given.
I mean, it's both the product and experience, right? I mean, we're here at Beard Papas, we're invested in the franchisees. We make sure that their success happens, that there's no surprises, that their operational success is sweet, the product is sweet, right? So it's one of those things where you just, how can you not smile when you think about cream puffs? I mean, of course I'm biased, but hey, that's just me. I'm a lucky guy. But, you know, I think definitely you got folks, and I've seen it at the store, where folks will walk in, it's the end of their day, they're just tired from working. Can I have 4 minis? Sure. Next thing you know, they're smiling.
Oh.
So that's definitely something that it was reflective of the brand for sure.
Okay, you've got to rattle off some of the flavors. I mean, we're just curious now.
Okay, so this month is Dubai Chocolate Puff. That thing's been going nuts because everybody, even probably grandmas to grandkids, right, know Dubai chocolate at this point.
Absolutely.
We have our original vanilla, which is our core item, which we sell the most of. We have a chocolate eclair, dark chocolate eclair. We have the green tea and matcha, strawberry. We have ube, which is very popular. It's a purple colored sweet potato flavored item. And also we've done Oreo. We currently have a license agreement with Mondelez to do Oreo across the chain. Also, we've done frozen puffs. Last month, we did a frozen mango and a frozen raspberry puff, which is great considering, you know, how August is, especially if you're in Texas.
Yes.
It gets hot.
Very.
So we have those. Also, we have a s'mores puff as well. So it includes a toasted marshmallow and chocolate and the vanilla filling. And some of our stores have done additional toppings with crushed graham cracker and things like that, as if not a carb on a carb wasn't enough. But
Yum.
You can't go wrong with the dessert, right? It's dessert.
It's dessert. Eat dessert first. That's my motto anyway.
Absolutely.
Now, there are probably some folks out there mouth-watering going, okay, I need to get in on this business. How do they find out more about Beard Papas?
Sure. You can go to beardpapas.com/franchise and go ahead and fill out a very short form there to apply. Go ahead and fill it out, send it in, and it goes right to our franchise development team. And then the franchise development team can reach out with all the details and a lot more, like have a deck ready and things like that for you to go over and discuss the opportunity at hand. It's a great way to get introduced to the brand and the team that way. We got a lot of great folks that work that team and work very hard to make sure all the questions are answered and everything's up and up. But really what I'd like to do is if you have a Beard Papas in your community, I'd like to encourage folks to visit a store and taste the product and feel the excitement. Watch the puff being made, choose the different flavors, talk to the staff there. We really encourage folks to come on in and take a look at our stores and try the product out.
That's probably a better thing to do than saying, could you just mail me a box of these cream puffs so I can try them and become a franchisee, right?
Pretty much. I mean, that's really about it. Once you taste it, you'll realize what I've been talking about this whole time.
All right. Mark Nathan, thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it with Beard Papas.
Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it. Take care.
Thanks for watching BizTV's Beyond the Brand. Be sure to subscribe to the BizTV YouTube channel, where you'll find full episodes of this show, a 24/7 live stream, fresh BizTV content, and a few surprises each week to help you stay inspired.